Plan your career transition. Let's start from the beginning. There is no magic formula, no ABC steps that if you do that, your career transition will just happen like magic. No, there is a process to get there, and that's what I want to share with you today. My name is Juliana Rabi. I have been helping people to move ahead in their career, to transition from one area to a totally different one, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. I have done career change myself, so I have felt the process from the other side. So let me share my discoveries with you. People have this tendency to feel ashamed or even bad about considering a career transition. If they have worked for many years in one area, like 10 years or more, it gets even worse. We don't accept, some of us at least, that a career change is something normal in our process. If you're going to work for 30, 40 years of your life, don't blame yourself if at some point in the process you decide to change. That's normal. Make your peace with that, and hey, you are not alone. Some people are really decided to change the career and they already put a lot of thought and time on it, and that's great. But other people, they are just unhappy with their current situation. They don't really know where to go next, but they have clearly that they are not enjoying their career right now. So there are different ways to deal with that, and you might be in one situation or the other. But in any case, I hope this video can help you in the process. Some career coaches that I follow, they talk about 12 to 18 months to do your career transition. Yes, 1 year or 1 year and a half to do the whole process. A lot of time, right? Yeah, it is a lot of time. But this kind of moves, they take time. That's why it is so important to be intentional, to have a strategy, and to test the process step by step. You definitely don't need to quit your job tomorrow and after that start your career transition. No. Let me tell you, let's go step by step. Quitting your current job should be one of the last steps in the process. I mean, if you're really burned out, if you really can't handle that anymore, that's another story. But as a rule, to start with, let's go step by step, test other options, get closer to the area that you want to transition to, and after that, you quit your job. It's always better if you still have some income and that kind of peace of mind while you're building up the next step in your career. I suggested some steps to my clients that could help them in this process. So one of them is doing a volunteer work in the new area that you want to go for. Because sometimes we imagine how reality would be, how a working day would be like in a new area, in a new profession, but we have never tried that. So it's really important that you walk towards that and you do some volunteer work, maybe in your Saturday mornings, or you start talking to people that are already working in that area and getting details about their daily routine, or that you do a course related to that area. So at least you get the theory, the basic knowledge, and some courses, they might even help you to get an internship or to get your first job in that area. Watching videos, YouTube, talk to people, read about it. All those things will get you closer to the future reality. So you bring the new reality towards today. Talk to people who are already doing the job you want to do. Get them input, get them feedback about, if I had to start my career again, which were the steps I would follow. Ask them for advice and listen to what they are saying. You don't need to do it all alone. You also want to say in your curriculum and in your LinkedIn profile that you're open to jobs in the new area. I know it might sound weird or kind of forcing the situation at the beginning, but if you don't let people know that you are in the transition and you are considering that, people will never think about you for this kind of job. This is a step-by-step process, but at some point, when you feel ready, you should start telling the world that, hey, I want to go to another area. Let people know about it so they will consider you for future positions, future opportunities in the new area. Another common fear is that people feel that they are too old or too young for a change, or they are too busy, or they don't really know where to start. I know all those feelings can kind of stop you from start the process. But again, it's a matter of starting. A career transition can happen at any time in our lives. There is no right or wrong. It's when you feel it is the time. And another important thing is to commit. with the change. Let me say that again. You need to commit to the change. There is no magic in the process, and the way I discovered the ABC formula, I'm going to be rich and sell it, and that's it. Just like that, you get a new job. You go to a new career and you're successful, but it's not like that. There is a process, and you are the most important person in this process. Obviously, you can ask for help. You can have a career coach helping you. You can have a friend that will, open doors in the new industry. You can read books. All those things, they help, and I strongly recommend them. But none of those supports or strategy or help will actually make a difference unless you commit to it and you do your part. There is no problem in wanting to change your career, but the problem I see is that people just dream about it and they never really get closer to the reality. So they have like a fantasy. Oh, I think my life is going to be amazing if I work in X area. But what do you really know about this area? Did you ever spoke to someone that is doing that job to check how it is? Did you look inside? Because there is a lot of self-evaluation also. Like, do I have the profile that it takes to get there? Am I willing to learn the new skills to move towards this new career? Look inside and look at the reality of the job. If you're just dreaming about it, chances that the process won't work out are really high. Another thing I want to say is that career transition always apply from I always worked in an office job and now I want to get my first remote job. That can also be considered a career transition, even if you are still working in the same area. You want to keep the area, the kind of job you're doing, but you just want to do it remote. This is also a career transition, or it can be taken as a career transition because there is a whole process to take you from point A to point B. Especially nowadays, remote jobs are very competitive. Companies receive thousands of applications and they can be very picky with the profile and the kind of people they want in their team. So it might take you a while to get there. And it's definitely not only click send and apply with your curriculum. Things like building up relationships with colleagues or your future manager, people that work in that industry, in that company that you dream about, are important steps. But it takes time. Connecting with people, commenting their posts, watching their videos, learning from them, sharing what you know with them. All those things take time. And when I talk to my clients, sometimes they're very surprised. They say, wow, but I really need to put time and effort on it, right? Yes, you do. That's why I'm talking about a strategy, a transition, a process, and be intentional about it. I'm sure you also know some people that are very lucky. And in 2 weeks, they got a perfect job in a great company. They double their salary and they are super happy, right? But this is not the majority. This is not the reality for most of us. Most of us will need to follow some steps to get there. If you keep comparing yourself with those lucky people that just like that, in 3 job applications in 1 interview, they got an amazing job, you are probably going to get frustrated because that's not the reality for most of people. We need to work on the process. Don't just trust luck to help you in the career transition. I mean, if you trust luck only, you don't need to be watching this video. You can pause it right now. A lot of my clients also want to change countries and start a brand new life in a new country and obviously get a job. That's even harder. You are going to start a career in a country that nobody knows you, in a place that the rules are different. Everything is different. So it is possible. And I have a lot of good examples about it. I am an example, actually. I started my career from zero in Spain when I moved there more than 15 years ago. But it takes some time. There are some steps that you need to follow to achieve your goals. So again, don't think it's going to be a piece of cake and super easy and things are going to happen in 1 month. No, it is possible, but it requires preparation from you. And the preparation can start right now. Write about your thoughts, about your ideas, about your dream. Make it be real. Just putting them on the paper, that's the first step. Then you identify possible options that you have. What if I start with this course? What if I talk to this person? What if I give it a try in a volunteer work or in internship or doing something related to it and post on my website? Anything that makes you walk the first step towards that thing. Ask for help you need. There is no shame on it, and you might even speed up the process and get some clarification on the way. Adjusting your curriculum and your LinkedIn profile, I don't think this is the very first step, but at some point in the process, you might want to start showing people, showing the world that you're considering the transition. Put on a scale what you're willing to sacrifice in that career transition. Probably you might need to start in a lower job in the new area, in a more junior position, and it will probably affect your salary also. Are you willing to do that? Have you ever thought about it? Do you have any savings that can help you in this process? And that's why I said you don't need to quit your job tomorrow to start the job search. Do things in parallel. Start walking the walk, and then when you get something more advanced, more specific, then you consider quitting your job. But consider the money situation that you have at the moment to help you to be more relaxed and still pay your bills in the process. Understand that there will be ups and downs in the process. Some movements, some steps you make, they will be successful, but others won't. Some actions, some people you try to reach, some activities you try to make, they won't help you at all, or they will even make you feel bad about it and think that, oh, I cannot do that. That's not for me. No, don't give up. You need to find the steps that work for you, because every person is different. Because your friend spoke to that person and that person opens door for her, it doesn't mean necessarily that the same thing is going to happen to you. So try different options, connect with as many people as you need, ask for help in different steps of the process, and so you're improving the chance that one of those actions will help you. If you're not happy with your career at the moment, and if you feel inside that you need a change, go for it. Don't settle for a job that is not making you happy anymore. And you know what? Maybe you were happy with this job years ago, but now not anymore, and that's okay. Make your peace with that. Make your peace also with the fact that it is a process. A career transition can happen. It will happen to a lot of people that you know, but there is a process behind that. Don't assume it was easy and pleasant the whole time when you see someone transitioning and start working a totally different career. There was a process behind that, and a lot of people don't talk about it. That's exactly why I wanted to create this video. The process might be long, painful, solitary, but you can ask for help, and you can keep going despite of the small problems, the small situations that try to push you back. But if you're clear that you want that, if you have a clear goal, at some point, sooner or later, you're going to get there. Don't give up on your dream of starting a brand new career. Work on something that makes you happy. If it makes sense for you, go for it, and at least give it a try. Imagine if you look back in the years and say, I wish I had tried harder. I wish it had worked out for me. I wish I haven't given up. Career transition is a common thing that can happen to all of us. Make it intentional, enjoy the process, learn during the process, and your brand new career will be waiting for you right on the other side of the road. I am Juliana Rabi, and this is my YouTube channel. Every week I share new videos to help you in your career, in your job search, finding a remote job, and be happier with what you do. Follow the channel, and I see you in the next video. Looking at the camera now, hi. Looking at the middle of the camera, middle of the phone. Looking at the camera. That's what I wanna look. All those things will get you, okay. Talk to, yeah.